joining us now on the Oakland County MegaCast. If we can go ahead and bring in Courtney Protz-Sanders. She's with Paws for Life Animal Rescue in the city of Troy. Courtney, thanks for being with us.
Thank you so much.
Okay, my favorite subject, animals. And I know in the beginning of the crisis, the good thing that came out of it, so many animal shelters, people were adopting pets. We're 8 months into this, though. Is that still the case?
Yeah, I think it is. People are still using any extra time they have to give back when they can. The struggle has become fundraising. It's very hard to raise money when you're a charity, and you can't have that face-to-face contact. So that has become kind of our second struggle in this crisis.
So there are so many animal rescue groups throughout Southeast Michigan. Tell us a little bit about your organization.
Sure. So we started in 2007, and we were founded with a very specific purpose. We wanted to help shelters. We saw that a lot of our local animal shelters were struggling to find space for perfectly healthy, adopted, well-behaved animals. There was truly nothing wrong with them. They just didn't have the time and space in their shelters. So we came along and said, let us partner with you. We will take those dogs and cats that have just run out of time and space. We'll save their life, and then we'll save the life of the animal that's going to come in and fill the empty space that we just left. So we are considered a shelter partner. That's pretty much our sole source of intake for animals, is helping our shelters alleviate their overcrowding so that they can save more.
I love that you're doing that. We have a rescue dog that was about to be put down. And a last minute rescue came in to save her. I will say she's a bit of a handful, but yeah, Trixie she has definitely made herself a part of our family as we continue to work on the training issue with Trixie. But knowing that, what do you want people to know? What's so hard is, like someone like me, your heart goes out to animals, and you're on these groups on social media and you see the need for fosters or donations. How do you pick and choose? And it must be overwhelming for someone such as yourself. Are there animals, like how many do you have? If I was doing what you were doing, I'd have 20.
Right. Well, it's important to know your limits, because the animals need from us as much as we need from them. And if I'm overextended, then I can't properly give to each of my animals the things that they need to be happy. So you do have to learn what your limits are. I would say from the public's point of view, there is something you can do. Even if you are the overworked, pulling your hair out, trying to homeschool, there's still something you can do. It could be as small as sharing a story on social media or becoming a sponsor for an animal. And really all that means is maybe there's that particular animal that tugged your heartstrings. Let's call her Molly from Shelter X. Be her ambassador. Post her everywhere. Tell your friends about her. You don't even need to let the shelter know you're doing it. Make flyers. Tell your coworkers, your churchgoers, your neighbors. Just become her voice. And then when she gets adopted and finds her happy home, pick another one. If everybody could do something as simple as that, we would have empty shelters. Then beyond that, if you do have extra time on a Saturday, go give an hour or two to your local shelter walking dogs or reading to them. That's a great way for kids to get involved. They can sit there and read to the cats in the cage. They can read to the dogs. So just don't feel despair, like, oh, I'm so busy, there's nothing I can do. There's always something you can do. And if you don't have any ideas, we're happy to help you find some ideas.
Courtney Protz-Sanders with us. She is the founder of Paws for Life Animal Rescue, joining us on the Oakland County MegaCast, and you talk about how people can get involved, and there's a number of different ways between adopting some of these animals, fostering some of these animals, volunteering for the shelter. Can you talk a little bit about the role of volunteers in Paws for Life and how that volunteerism helps not only these animals find their forever homes and get to safety and live full and happy lives, but also how that volunteerism helps the families and the people that do adopt these animals provide those happy lives and homes for these pets?
Sure. Well, first of all, volunteering with Paws for Life, that's all we are. We don't have any paid staff. All of us are volunteers, and we give what time we can. So you could foster an animal, bring in a kitten or a litter of kittens, and take care of them until they're old enough to be adopted. You could make phone calls. A lot of rescue groups such as ours need help with thanking donors, making that personal phone call to say thank you, and maybe tell them a story about how their funding helped a specific animal in need. We need transporters, people to just pick up a dog from point A and take it to the vet or drop it off at point B. Donations, that's a really huge one. As I was talking with Ronnie, we are struggling. I think all of the charities are, but animal rescues in particular, we really rely on that face-to-face contact, being out in the community, holding adoption events, having fundraising events. And with the pandemic, we just haven't been able to do that. So we're getting creative, and Paws for Life will launch our very first virtual auction on Friday. We've never done one before. It's always been in person. So this is a new endeavor for us, but it's going to be a huge chunk of our funding for 2021 and will help us determine how many animals we can rescue next year. I do think that volunteering is a really important message for our kids. I think if we could teach all children respect for all living things right from the get-go, I think we can eliminate a lot of the problems that we see later on in life with pets, with farm animals, with wildlife. So getting them involved with volunteering early helps instill that message that it's not just all about us and that giving back feels good. You're not only helping others, but you're making yourself feel good too. You did a good thing. So we're happy to provide that opportunity.
Courtney Protz-Sanders with us from Paws for Life Animal Rescue, joining us today on the Oakland County MegaCast. And Courtney, your volunteers do excellent work. Last year, in full disclosure, I did adopt my two kittens, Jax and Idol, who were at the time named Lock and Shock, appropriately for the season, from Paws for Life. If you're watching on our TV feed, I am putting up a picture of the two of them. Some on the picture on our far right, and the one in the middle are most recent, and the ones on the left were the day. Just a couple days after they were adopted, and Alex did an excellent job out in the Farmington Hills location to help me get ready for that adoption and to answer a lot of questions. Your volunteers do absolutely amazing work. So for those that are volunteering as a foster, or for those that are adopting pets, what's some advice that your organization gives to them as they are entering that process, as they're beginning that process? Because there is a learning curve with that, to be a good pet parent, so that they can be best prepared for themselves, but also more and most importantly in that situation for the animals that are coming into their home.
Okay. Well, full disclosure, I did not know that you had adopted two kittens from us. So thank you and congratulations. That's great. And I will pass along the compliments to Alex. She's one of our very, very reliable volunteers on the cat team. So for new adopters, I think first and foremost, everybody who wants a pet deserves a pet, but it might just be about matching you with the right pet. So the first thing we want to look at is this the right time? Because I'll be honest, it can be a little stressful getting used to this new animal in your home and what its expectations are of you, and vice versa. So first of all, is this a good time? If you're in the middle of perhaps selling a house, going through a divorce, and you've had a death in the family, we're going to caution you that now might not be the right time. Let things calm down and then come back and talk to us. But assuming that now is a good time, and given that a lot of us have a little more home time than we're used to, first we want to know, what are you looking for in a pet? Do you want a pet that's just going to cuddle all day long on your lap? Or are you looking for a really energetic pet? I want somebody who's ready to go jogging at a moment's notice, camping on the weekends, very active. So our first goal is, what are you looking for? And then we will recommend which animals we think best match what you're looking for and what your household consists of. Do you already have pets? Do you have young children? Things like that. And if you're bringing home a little one, a puppy or a kitten, we're going to tell you need to proof your house, a lot like baby proofing. They put everything in their mouths too. So you're going to want to pick up rubber bands and ribbons or any type of tacks or paper clips, or just really give the house a good once over to make sure everything looks safe. And then we want to start off with a small space. A really big house can be incredibly overwhelming to a new cat. So we're going to tell you, let's start small. Their worlds are pretty small, so it's less intimidating if we can give them one spare room. Let them adjust there and get used to this new place, new sounds, new smells, new people, and then open up their world slowly so it's just not so crazy. So we give everybody a lot of tips and hopefully a lot of help on how to best adjust to having a new pet in your home.
Courtney, it's so great what you guys are doing because so many pets need so much help. I will say, I'm like looking, who is the dog with you? Who's your fur baby right there?
This is Baku. He's my foster dog. He's also my shadow. Everywhere I am in the house, there is the Baku. And he's a little sleepy this morning. So although he promised to help do this interview, he has fallen asleep on the job.
That is so cute. We're foster fails. Our dog started out as a foster as well. But quickly, just another minute or so with you before we let you go. How can people find more information about your organization or about the auction coming up as well?
Sure. Website is usually the quickest, easiest way to learn about us. We are pawsforliferescue.org, and it's all spelled out, no numbers or anything, no symbols. And then our Facebook page is really, really active, and we have our auction event posted there now, and we're teasing everybody, posting all of these great getaways and trips and different packages that'll be up on the auction on Friday. And then the link will go live Friday at noon. And everyone can just start bidding, and they have until December 4th at 7 p.m. to lock in their bids and see what they win.
Oh, my goodness. Thank you so much for everything that you and your staff and the volunteers are doing to try to rescue these animals. I always say rescue animals are the best animals.
They are. I think they truly know that you saved their life.
They do indeed. Again, we'd love to have you back on after the event. You can fill us in, but also anything else you guys have going on in the future, please let us know and join us again on the Oakland County MegaCast.
That would be great. Thank you so much. Everybody have a great holiday.